Okay.
Okay, so if you want to test it, if you want to load any of the models to test your function, this is what you do. You can go here. If you type in help robot here, okay, you'll see a section of files that are robot models here. I don't think that has this. I think there is an overload of functions. Okay, anyways, MDL underscore planar 3 will give you a planar manipulator with a 3 degrees of freedom. So here you can see in the workspace when you do this, MDL will load a model called P3. So when you type P3, you'll get a 3 degree of freedom manipulator. Okay? So when you look up your toolbox, any file with there is a help section where you'll see MDL underscore the name of the manipulator. This is a model file. So you can test your function by using MDL. For example, I can say planar 3. It will load a 3 degree of freedom manipulator. I can use planar 2 also. So you can check it for different degrees of manipulator. There is a Stanford arm. You can use MDL underscore Stanford. So you can get a 4 degree of freedom manipulator and so on. So check this out, test your function with these manipulators.
Could you change that?
Sure.
What is a comment?
It's not commenting on the hardware zone. I don't know why is it taking
This would be the declaration that would be on the hardware. The screen, you will log in and then the screen will so it grabs the stuff and put it on the subject.
it should be something else. Just
That's not the thing. Or any
there should be
caps.
something because you see here the
You want to get the hardware
whole thing is whole thing is taken as a one matrix.
Yeah.
So one cross was
But I've given this dummy. I've given the links.
it's not with the links. This line something should be wrong with this line.
The first one?
Yeah.
Because the robot has a base, but it's taking it from the base.
I'm showing you his
That is already the problem. It's robot.n, right?
Yeah.
For I, so you only go to n degrees of freedom. One actually depends upon how many degrees of freedom.
Could I just remove 3 of the links and
Okay, check it out.
and it's not working, so I'm gonna check it out.
All right, so you'll submit this with examples of 2 degrees, 3 degree, 4 and 5 degree of freedom manipulators, right? So you'll test your function for all the way from 2 degrees planar, 3 degrees, you'll pick a 4 DOF, 5 DOF, we have already done a 6 DOF. So you'll submit the code with examples of 4 manipulators, 2 degrees of freedom, 3 degrees of freedom, 4 degrees of freedom is a SCARA, you can use the SCARA one. 5 DOF, you can find one on the model library. Okay?
Can you explain again how to access the model library?
Okay. So if you want to access the model library, if you have installed the toolbox properly, in my case there is an issue. So anything when you type help robot, you'll see a model section. Okay, model files. So in this case, anything that starts with a underscore MDL underscore is a robot file. Here you can have planar as an example, planar 2. This will, as soon as you load this, the entire configuration is loaded in your workspace. In the workspace, you will see a robot called P2. Okay, when you do MDL underscore planar 3, you'll see a workspace variable called P3, which is the model file. All right, and this will be the robot configuration. This is the robot configuration. As an example, the Stanford arm MDL underscore Stanford. This will load STANF. This is the robot file. So as soon as you load this model file, you'll also load a certain Q variables. Sometimes it will be Q0, QR, and so on. You can use those, or you can come up with your own Q variables. QD, you have to generate your own. Okay, there is no QD given. You have to generate your own QD.
So P2 is a robot object, yeah?
P2 is a robot. As soon as you do this, you'll see the workspace populated by all the variables that are loaded in this file. You can pick the model file from here. So let me give you an example here. So let's go here to this workspace. Have a look here. I'm going to clear my memory here, clear all. If you look here, the workspace is totally clear, right? Now what I'll do is I'll do MDL underscore planar 3. You'll see an object called P3, okay? So if I do P3 here, I'll get the DH table. All right, and QZ is a 0 posture. This is a home position, so you'll see that is the default position. Okay, these are the variables that are loaded. Okay, or for example, let me do clear all. I'll do a so here you have the Stanford arm. All right. So you can load those files depending upon how many degrees of freedom they are. These are automatically set DH tables, so you don't have to generate a DH table.
There's an error with my matrix. It's showing that it exceeds the dimensions.
Okay, pass me the mouse. Oh, you have probably your other toolbox. Can you type VER? Get rid of this and type VER. VER. Okay, can you get, this is, we are using version 9. Okay, can you go back to version 9? It should work perfectly.
So the deadline for this one?
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah?
Just type V3.
Submission.
Yeah, next class.
Next.
So you have the worksheet, right? Is that?
Yeah.